Hey, what's up guys? This is Convergence, Batman and the Outsiders, issue number 1. So after Rachel requested me to give a Convergence review, so I thought why not Batman and the Outsiders also? It looks pretty good, so I have read this one and it's really awesome. So here we go with this IGN.com review. This is by Schedeen. So it said that Convergence is a love letter to DC's past, if not a very good one so far. Theoretically, that means that since seasoned DC readers familiar with this earlier incarnations of the DC universe will appreciate this story is the most. Convergence Batman and the Outsiders issue number 1 suggests that doesn't have to be true. There's a simple fundamental appeal to the characters in this issue that any reader should readily respond to. It's not that writer Marc Andreyko does anything particularly bold or unusual with this issue. This is the same formula we have already seen repeated again and again. The dome goes up, everyone is sad. The dome goes down, where war were declared. In this case, it's all about the execution, and Reiko focuses most of his attention on the rhythm of this hero's lives and how each responds to life in a fishbowl. For some, like Metamorpho, it's a blissful experience. For others, less so. Regardless, each character is non-saint and identifiable. So Andreyko skillfully weaves readers into these lives and builds to a really effective climax as the dome comes down and everything changes in an instant. The sense of inevitability really enhances the script. Carlos D'Anda was a bit of a strange choice to illustrate this comic. It's not that he does a bad job by any means. His bombastic style brings a palpable sense of energy to what ends up being one of the Twitter Convergence times. It's just that nothing about this issue's art style recalls the Outsiders in their pre-crisis era. Wacky costumes notwithstanding, visually this could just as easily be set in the contemporary DC universe, but overall it's pretty cool. So it got 8.6 out of 10 review from this rating from the IGN.com. So when let's bring some comicvine.com reviews. As you can say, that the good things about this one is Convergence is becoming a strange beast unto itself. So let's go forward directly to the verdict. What do you get? No, before the verdict, we can say about some bad things about this one is there's definitely a feeling of missing out if these characters don't already have an emotional connection to the reader. While the creative team does a great job of establishing one very quickly, there's a slight sense of hollowness that comes from not knowing who the major players are to one another or to their loved ones that unfortunately resonates through the issue. So what are the good things we left behind? That is something that since many readers may be meeting these characters for the first time, the exaggerated appearances can help bring a core of more raw emotion and invest the reader in their struggles more readily. Gabe L. Type's colors do a fantastic job evoking the pre-crisis DC universe that these characters are drawn from, starkly contrasting the dark themes with bold, sharp colors. The verdict from this one is what we get is this is a great example of very quickly investing the reader in characters they might not be entirely familiar with, and while it doesn't fully work, it works enough to make this issue incredibly compelling. This is an issue where what happens next has a measure of suspense and stakes because these characters don't need to survive this event. So what's gonna happen next? We have to stay and we have to wait for this one. So the emotion that's already been invested in them can be ripped away at a moment's notice, and that is the definition of anxiety. So hope you guys have enjoyed it. This is a super cool issue and it's a must buy issue, so you can spend your $3.99 in this issue and you can enjoy it everywhere and support the creators also. So go to the store and buy this book. Have a great day. Adios.